Hi folks, it's Richard from Inclusive Driving. In this video I want to talk about pulling up on the left and specifically how we judge our position from the curb when we come to a stop. One method that's often taught is that you choose a reference point at the bottom of your windscreen. And that's usually somewhere in the middle of the windscreen. So I'll give you an example here. If I pull up on the left, I'll go just after the bus stop so that we don't cause inconvenience and we're not too close to the mini roundabout at the end of the road. So what we mean by a reference point at the bottom of the windscreen is that you choose a point where the curb meets the bottom of the window. So if you follow your eyes along the curb on the left, so I'll see if I can get a pen into the camera frame, so following the curb along there until it meets the bottom of the window here. So we've got an intersection point somewhere around here. And from the driver's head position point of view, that's usually somewhere around a knobbly bit on the windscreen wiper, or perhaps this knobbly bit that appears to be in most cars these days. The problem with that is that encourages you to look at the bottom of the windscreen when you're pulling up on the left. And actually, where should we be looking? We should be looking all around, shouldn't we? We should be looking to see what's ahead of us. So I'm not a big fan of that method. I'm going to show you another reason why I don't particularly like that method, and it's going to involve me taking the camera out of its holder, so just excuse my fingers and the noise for a moment. And I'm going to bring the camera up to my head, so where my eyes are. Now if you find that same knobbly bit on the bottom of the windscreen wiper, and look how a slight movement of my head, either to left or to the right or even forwards, gives us what we call parallax error. It makes the reference point relative to the curb change. So from my point of view, that's a pretty useless reference point. So the question is, where do we get our information from? I'd suggest that all experienced drivers do this without even realising they're doing it, and what we need is for driving instructors to realise that this is what they do naturally and to pass this information on to their pupils. We check our position to the curb by using the left mirror. So instead of looking at a point at the bottom of the windscreen, we're actually using the left mirror and judging how far the car is from the curb retrospectively. We're looking almost behind us. I've got a camera rigged up on the left window, pointing in the left mirror. Now because it's on the left hand side of the car, it will give you a slightly unusual view of the mirror. We just accept that for filming purposes. So it might look like my left mirror is adjusted in a very strange way, showing far more of the car than we need to, but that is simply because of the position of the camera being on the left window. So let's go for a drive. And let's pull up on the left and we'll show you the view in the left mirror. Let's crack my window open just so I can have a better view at the roundabout. So I'm going to pull up on the left. I'm going to signal to the car behind. I'm going to reduce my speed before I get too close to the curb, and then I'm going to switch to the left mirror just to get that final positioning. So I'm going to drive on again. Got a little bit of traffic behind me, I'll just let them move. So in a moment I will pull up on the left and we'll show you the view in the left mirror as we do that. Go past the white car. There's no one behind me. Well, there is now, there's a white car. Let's signal to the left. Let's identify where I'm going to stop. I'm aiming for the grassy bit. Okay, reduced my speed. I've got reasonably close to the curb, but now let's just switch to the left mirror. Just to finish off that move, and I'm now able to get very close to the curb with accuracy because I haven't got that parallax error of moving my head in relation to the reference point. I'm also not staring at the bottom of the windscreen. I'm using the left mirror, which is a natural thing to do in conjunction with the front window. Our eyes stay at the same height. We're not moving our head down to the bottom of the windscreen. I'll show you that once more. Let's drive on. Let's use this lay-by on the left. The principle is the same. We reduce our speed before we get too close, and then we switch to the left mirror just to finalise our position, and we're able to get very close to the curb with a very good amount of accuracy. Okay, that's all for now, and we'll see you on another video very soon.